Okie doke. Well, welcome everyone to our regular Tuesday night professional networking Zoom call for Collaborating Connections. My name is Dawn Evans Casey, and I am the leader of the group. Collaborating Connections is part of the TTR Networking family. TTR Networking stands for To the Rescue and has been around for the past 14 plus years. Collaborating Connections has been one of the groups for the past 6 years. And we used to meet in person on the east side of Indianapolis, but since COVID, we started meeting virtually via Zoom. And it allows us to connect with wonderful professionals across the United States and even around the world. So we heartily welcome visitors from anywhere world. Other countries that have visited with us have been, let's see, Canada and the UK and the Netherlands and so forth. So if you would like to come and share with us about yourself and your business and learn a little bit about entrepreneurship and maintaining a sustainable business, we would love to meet you. The word rescue in the TTR networking is actually an acronym representing the tenets that we strongly support and believe in. The R is for relationships, which we believe to be the cornerstone of good business. The E is for education. We love to share about our businesses and share those golden nuggets and useful tidbits that help everyone understand our business and just items of consumer interest that are beneficial to each and every one of us. The S is for success strategies. And we are happy to share things that have worked for us in our business, encourage each other to try those resources and strategies out to see if they will be just as successful for you. We don't hoard information. We love to come together and talk and share and develop. The C is for community. We love to support nonprofit organizations, community organizations that we have an interest in and resonate with their purpose. So we support them through our time, our talents, and our treasures. So we invite you to join us to help improve not only our business, your business, but the community around us. The U is for understanding. We want everyone to, we encourage everyone to ask questions so that they have a good understanding of what our business is about, how we go about doing things, what types of individuals or businesses we're looking to be connected with. That's how we best learn and grow. And the second E is for execution. For all the time that we spend talking and sharing and encouraging, it would mean nothing if we didn't go forward and put what we learn into action. So that's what To the Rescue TTR Networking is all about. We have several groups under the TTR Networking umbrella. And if this time and date every week doesn't work for you, you're invited to perhaps come and visit other groups and see what is a good fit for you and your business. We want to start off each week by inviting those on the call to share any of their celebrations, any of their wins from the past week. In that way, we keep each other encouraged. We get to know each other a little bit better and what we're involved in and what makes us happy. So at this time, I'm going to open the floor for anybody who has a win or a celebration to share. Anybody? CV?
always come with wins.
All right.
Every week's a win.
Yay.
Yay.
We're all doing something where we're winning at. Doesn't matter what it is.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Love it.
In my world, I got new toys. So that's a win. So that's an indoor outdoor strobe light. So, and then today it was supposed to come Thursday, but it came today. Thank you, Amazon. I got the flash umbrella for it as well. So I've got probably a half dozen different stands. So I'm ready to get this set up and start doing some shooting. So success.
Awesome. Yay. That's awesome, CB.
Everybody here's had success this week. So come on, share it.
Well, actually, let's see. Actually, I was just going to say I had to jump off the call because I've gotten so many music jobs. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm not complaining. I don't want people to think I'm complaining. I'm happy, but it's just, I literally thought I'm singing tomorrow at a place that I missed one. And that is the most sickening feeling when you realize that you've missed a job. Because, oh my gosh, for one thing, you want them to call you again, but for sure, it's like, oh no, I couldn't have done that. I can't even imagine the group sitting there waiting. But anyway, she called while I was on. So, but they were booking me for next week instead of, anyway, doesn't matter. I'll be there tomorrow and then I'm going, it doesn't matter. So I am very happy to have a lot of jobs. I'm not complaining, but I'm very, but it's also kind of like, oh my gosh, talk about getting a process in place. Oh my goodness. Anyway, there you go. But I'm very happy to be busy. So
Cool. And we love when you share the little the locations, if it's a public opportunity for us to hear you sing, Jennifer. Feel free to do that, but keep up that great work because I know how much you love and enjoy singing.
Well, thank you. It is, there's moments when you walk away and it's just like, to other people, some people, it might be like, what are you doing? But then I walk, and I'm like, it's like singing for somebody's funeral. I mean, that sounds horrible. They ask you to do it because somebody wants you to share your gift with you know what I mean? And you need to do it, even though, anyway, this is not a funeral that I'm going to, but I'm just equating it that they don't ask you if they don't want you, and there's something about that. So anyway, thank you, Dawn. Yes, it is.
You are welcome.
It's one of those things. So thank you.
All righty. Share my win, which was our Fun Fridays last week. We talked about it on the call, and several of us on the call here were there at the Haverstick last Friday. I met wonderful new professionals to add to my circle of connections. We did have a fun time. It was really interesting moving from circle to circle, meeting new people, exchanging cards and information. And I was sharing with Nancy Vesley at the top of this call that I've probably done about at least 10 follow-ups. So I've got more than half of my list done. So really exciting event. And if anybody has the opportunity, TTR Networking is going to be doing those Fun Fridays every quarter, and I encourage everyone to attend.
Yes, that's actually really cool. You know how many people I've heard are literally doing follow-up calls, Dawn? It's working.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. I mean, I don't know. I hope that the excitement continues. And Nicole and I decided it's going to be like today was kind of, or Friday was a spring theme. We're going to do a summer theme. So who knows what it was spring break, but now we're going to do summer because it'll be summer almost on May 31st. But I'm telling you that Friday, February 23rd sounded so far off and now it's gone, so they come quickly. But anyway, I am so glad to hear that you followed up. I don't know. We just did something a little different on Friday. It was fun. So I'm glad that it worked. Glad that it's working.
Nicole Williams, do you have a win you want to share?
I would definitely say Friday, the Fun Fridays, and the just all the work that went into it, the global partners, the executive board, everybody that attended. It was if I have to say it far exceeded my expectations, at least, because it was like our first like run through. So that was a lot of fun. And there's something else I was gonna say.
No,
Yeah.
that's I'm glad, Nicole. I'm glad that you felt. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just the beginning of a new year. People are excited, but I'm glad that you were happy to be there. So good. Thank
Well,
you.
thank
I know you
Did-
helped me a
Did
lot.
we want to share the what our next name is going to be? Do we want to get their opinion? And
Well, I kind of already blew that, but tell them
Yay!
what were we saying?
well, okay, sunshine and summertime.
Okay, there you
It
go.
happens to rhyme to it, but I mean, it's like first pass. So yeah,
Yeah,
something
cool.
like that. I don't know. What do you think, CB? Sound good? Yeah. Robert.
I'll
Well,
be
if
there to
that
flash
doesn't get-
people.
What did you say?
I said I'll be there to flash people.
That's oh my gosh.
Got a
You had
flash.
me a little concerned there for a moment.
Young words.
Yeah. It was fun. Thank you very much. I'm glad you got excited about it. So
Great, great.
Oh.
Any other wins?
It's not a win, but basically, we opened my second office where I have on 30th Street, which basically having our second inaugural grand opening on the 11th, which is March 11th, from 10 to 11, just really a soft thing. So I'm going to send it to you right now, Dawn.
Sounds great. And we'll be sure and post that and
So-
share that with the TTR network.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So is this another public
It's a-
event where you're inviting the community to come in and check it out?
Well,
And
Yeah, you can just come like we did, like when I had my office I'm in right now. This is a full-fledged branch over right there. I'm there 2 days out of the week, but it's not a big branch, but it's a branch that we in there, right there, 5620 East 30th Street, right next door to Eastern Star. Used to be a credit union, now it's with a bank in a where there's no credit union, been gone for like 5 years, but we have now banking in that area, so right there. So that's
that is a win.
Yeah, I'd say so. Do you have a Canva that you can share with us, Robert? Do you have anything, a picture or
Yeah. I just sent it to Dawn. She said
Yay! Okay,
it's a picture, flyer, all
flyer,
there.
perfect. That's the
Awesome.
word I'm looking for. Flyer.
Good, good.
yeah, not everybody refers to them as Canvas, Nicole.
I'm sorry.
Canva is-
Canva flyer,
Canva is
flyer.
what you go to make your flyers, but flyers what you get.
Yes,
From Canva.
yes.
Thank you.
Canva. But that's it. But but other than that, been busy here. I've not been here because I'm busy.
That's good. We're
So
glad you're
that's-
busy.
Absolutely.
That's a thing there. Do a lot more education classes, training. Sometimes those trainings move to Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, depends on what it is. But that's where I'm at, though.
Always good to know. But we still prop you up and talk about you, Robert. So
I appreciate you all. I tell people that a network group is only as good as the people. Don't go there looking for something, go to give something, go to be there and learn and grow and be amazed. You don't, instant gratification does not happen, but over time, it does
Right.
move forward and moves forward and moves forward the right way. And then you'll find that it springs itself in different ways. So it's like, I call it the boomerang. You put it in there enough and it's coming back to you. So it look rolling around. So, but it helps. You grow, you give, and it gives back.
absolutely.
But I
Thanks
always
for
say,
sharing.
this is the diamond that we have to continue to tell the story and show people the value of what TTR stands for, what it means, what you need to get, what you could get from it. It's not come here looking to get you a lead. No, you come here to grow and learn and move and grow yourself, but also in doing so, it will grow your business as well.
Just a
Cool.
real quick observation, Dawn and everybody else. Did you guys see how many comments Robert got on all of his, I don't know how many you got. I really didn't count, but Robert, you have a lot of fans out there. Did you see all the people that were like resharing it? And I was
Yeah.
like, that's so cool. I mean, that is really cool. So I'm glad, I mean, just throwing that out there. I was gonna say if Robert wasn't on, I was still gonna say something about it, because that every time I looked at it, I'm like, wow, he's got a lot of fans. So,
Yeah. So, but I
Very
do a
cool.
lot. I do a
Yeah.
lot. I do I'm on, sometimes more than I need. So, but that's what I do. So,
Well, we were glad to share that. It was well-deserved acknowledgement for you, Robert,
thank
for
you.
sure. Curious. I hope that you felt your participation in Fun Fridays was a win, but from the global partnership perspective, do you have anything to share?
I thought it was honestly one of the better programs I've done. So I
Aw.
thought that was awesome. Loved the participation. Really enjoyed talking to the people that I interacted with at my table. And I was honestly, it was nice to see a lot of new faces I hadn't seen in some of the networking groups. So I think there was a lot more that came to check it out that are not part of regular TTR that I thought was really cool.
Thank you, Pomby 3. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we've already talked about the fact that our poor global partners were sitting there when everybody else was networking. So, I mean, so I'm glad that you know what I mean. We should have thrown you into the den of all their movement and everything. But I think it worked out. And, you know, it's always people will come out for free, non-committal things, you know, it's the trick of, and really what I guess I would say is everybody on here who said that, or, you know, that they're following up, there's power in that following up more than, yeah, maybe they don't take you up on your offering this moment. But if they're getting that feeling that, you know, there were people there who really want to know more about me, why wouldn't I go and visit their group on whatever day, whenever, you know, I mean, and it takes a while. I mean, that's what, you know, Robert just said that anyway. It does. It takes a while to make it work, but it can sometimes take them. I don't know. This morning, Pavi 3, Gary Tedrow was saying, how long did you, oh, no, it wasn't Gary. It was Aaron Olson. He goes, how long did you drip on me? Meaning, how long did I keep reaching out? I think it was like 7-8 months before, but he had reached out to me looking for a networking group, and we didn't have that opportunity as a financial guy. It didn't work at that moment, but he kept in touch. I kept in touch, and it can you all know how it works, but it, you know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but I am happy for the new faces as well. Thank you, Pavi 3, for that. I appreciate it.
Cool.
I think it always worked, Jennifer. It's just a matter that we may, a timeline on when we want something to work may not line up to when it really will work. It always works. It's just a matter of that, do you have the patience enough to stay with it and stick with it to make sure it works? Because you're looking for a win some other kind of way, but it always works. You just gotta have the staying power to stick it through.
You're correct. Yes, you're very,
So-
very true.
So I would never say sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but no, if you have the will and to stay here to make it happen, it will work for you.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Robert. That's a good way to look at it. Yes. And like everybody, or not everybody, but CB says we're always winning or learning, or we're always, you know, just got to figure out different ways to go about it. But yes, anyway, thank you. I appreciate your insight, everybody. You guys are
I
awesome.
always say when people come every day, if you come to the teacher meeting every time, you're going to win something. You get something every time you come, provided you come to receive something. So you're winning all the time. So you're getting something, and it all works itself out. And it'd be amazing if you think about it from that perspective versus just you come here looking for something directly. And
Yes.
you always
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, dear. welcome you to the call.
There she is.
Stay safe. Deanna, do you have any win that you'd like to share with us this week? Any celebration or win?
I can tell you in a minute, but I need to pull over first.
Okay. In the meantime, while Deanna's pulling over, I want to remind everybody, if you want to put your contact information into the meeting chat, last week when I posted the recording of our meeting, I also up under it included the contact information for all of the folks on the call. I love to be able to do that so that when people see the video and anything sparks their interest, the contact information is right there that they can jot down or copy over and get in touch with the professional that they are interested in talking to. So I'm going to keep doing that. I want to make sure that I give current information all the time. So if you have any changes or updates, please put that in the meeting chat. And by the way, I also want to say, Nicole, I love your new business card. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Okay, win this week. I had a big win with, I'm actually started with a new company that has an AI specific platform that you customize for your products. And it will help you learn how, once you put the information in about your products, it will help you learn how to market it more effectively. So I think that's a win because I'm starting to learn the platform, and I'm excited about the way that I'll be able to make posts and do things better.
Awesome. Awesome. You'll have to keep us abreast of the usefulness and success of that AI product, Deanna. I think
I am happy to do that because my thought is if it works, I'll tell everybody. If it doesn't work, I'll tell everybody.
okay. Okay.
Don't bother doing
Sounds
that. That
good.
doesn't work, right? I'll save you the trouble.
Very
Yes.
good. Thank you. Nicole, did you have a comment you were going to share?
Oh no, I was just gonna thank you. I was gonna thank you. And the new card was inspired by Mr. Jerry Stern, who after the January open networking at the Haverstick, the other card, he was like, "Where's your phone number?" I'm like, well, it was intentional. I didn't, I prefer emails, right? And he's like, you need a phone number. Calling, texting. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll get a phone number. And I wanted it to look different. So thank you. I used the colors from my Start Your Blog, and so I had some fun with it. Thank you. I'm glad that you liked it. So.
Awesome. Awesome. And see how just that interaction with Jerry, he provided you some feedback that prompted you
Who knew?
to make a little change and do something different. And
I'm so
perhaps,
glad. Yes.
yeah, good. That's part of the networking magic.
Yes. Thank you.
All righty. I want to invite Jennifer Johnson to give us some updates on what are the current happenings with TTR networking. Jennifer Johnson, take it away.
Thank you, Don. I'll just say that we have another URL. You've all heard it. It's May the 31st, which is the last Friday, the last day of May is our next Fun Friday. So, and it's fun because, I mean, I can tell you all about it, but it would take forever. I don't want to feel just come and check it out. But it was just a different way to do what we all should be doing. And it wasn't boring. And it was just kind of I think it was a mix of really good people. Not that those that weren't there weren't good people. We want you to come next time. But I think it just worked out. So it was exciting. And I think when we think about that's May 31st, it should be, unless we're going to get all of our snow in May, it should be a really nice, time. It should be ready. We should be really enjoying warm weather and getting excited about a nice summer ahead and all that kind of stuff. So, but in the meantime, we have, we do our regular Haver sticks every month, or yeah, the last Friday of the month. We do have them on our website. You can get those. You can go down to the featured events. They're out on Eventbrite. We also had, I don't know, Dawn, if we talked about it last week, because I think we were still confirming a couple things, but we are going to do, we have 5 reasons you need to clean your solar panels, which sounds kind of like, really? But we're doing it on March the 20th, which is actually a Wednesday. I can't remember, Dawn, if we talked about it, because we had thought about doing it we did talk about it. I'm sorry. But we've changed it just because of logistics, and primarily it's my schedule, nobody else. But I have so much going on that I'm not complaining. I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way, but I didn't know how I was going to do everything. So we were trying to do it a week from tonight, but we're going to do it on the 20th, and you will get some information on this, and hopefully you'll be able to share it with others. So who are we hoping will attend this? If you have solar panels, you want to know more of why you should maintain them to a certain, there's all kinds of reasons. But also, who do you know that maybe sells solar panels, maybe has them, maybe roofing, anybody home. We've talked about this the last few weeks. I know we did make it to the home show at the recommendation of a couple TTR members, and I'm so glad we did. Because people don't know they're supposed to clean their solar panels. So A&A Solar Wash, a year and a half ago or more, visited this group, and they are my son and my daughter-in-law, and now my husband, who is basically helping get this all going in Indiana. We're calling it, well, he is the VP of operations in Indiana, but we're just trying to make connections, and the goal and the date of launch here will be either probably around the time we have the May 31st show, or the Fun Friday. And so we're on the 20th of March, though. Join us to learn more about it. Maybe you know somebody out there who does have solar panels, or they sell solar panels. Literally, we went to the home show in Indianapolis talking to one of the very big solar panel dealers that I've met. I think he had visited our group. He didn't even know you're supposed to wash the solar panels. So the people who sell them don't even know. But anyway, there is all kinds of great information about why you should do that. So anyway, roofing, those kind of, when we talked to the people at the home show, there were people who said we have it on our radar, but we haven't, they don't really have the time and energy to do it. So they don't know about it. So, who do you know? We've had people who are window washers who are interested in learning more, because it's obviously something that's kind of up there. They're already doing stuff on the outside exterior of homes, right? So anyway, but we're also looking for fields of solar panels and that kind of thing. I am part of this, although I am not going to be washing any solar panels or getting on anybody's roofs. So just know that that's coming up. That's our TTR Presents in March, and that is on the 20th, and that is a Wednesday. And we'll keep you reminded here while we're on these calls. And like I said, it's on the website. We did a little blog about it. I did. Nicole is overwhelmed with blogs right now, getting them out, and not overwhelmed, but very intense in getting those out. So if you have a problem with what I sent out, let me know. But if there's somebody else that you need to share it with, feel free. It's a free event, like all of our TTR Presents are. It's just an opportunity to learn something. We want education to be way up at the top, of what we're doing. And maybe somebody you should share it with. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. So, we have a couple other TTR, I'm sorry, the not Fun Fridays. We have the open networking as well that we do at the Haverstick every month. But the quarterly event is when we really get the big space and we do the crazy stuff we did last Friday. And all I can tell you, and the people that are on this call that were at the Fun Fridays, you guys cannot tell them now that I'm making, no, I'm joking, you can tell them. But I was just making it sound like we hung from the chandeliers and danced on the tables and did all kinds of crazy things. We didn't. We just had fun.
Wait,
and
we
I've heard it.
didn't?
We did. That's why your back's all screwed up, Bobby.
I was wondering.
But there's something about letting your hair down a little bit and just enjoying, just getting to know people beyond what it is they do.
It was
we all know.
another good opportunity when,
Yeah.
we talk about the virtual opportunities that TTR networking has, and we have in-person opportunities, and we're encouraging the follow-up calls. So there are so many ways to get involved with TTR networking. And,
thank
and we
you.
want our listening audience to take advantage of every opportunity that's going to bring them benefit. That helps with their exposure, helps build relationships, helps expand their knowledge.
Yeah,
So,
we'll leave it at that because I know I could go on and on, but yes, thank you, Dawn. That's
thanks
exactly.
again, Jennifer.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All righty. Before we go into our roundtable introductions, I did want to share last week, following our meeting, when I sent out the meeting notes, I also included a link to a discussion or information about compliance with text messages. And PAVI3 shared with us some general information previously. Texting in itself is somewhat regulated. And while we're in the month of follow-up, we thought it was important to kind of stir it up, get people thinking about and talking about that. So I just wanted to open the floor to find out if anyone had any questions or comments, or PAVI3, if you had some key bullet points that you wanted to share with us about that topic.
Yeah, so the big thing about texting is that, remember way back when we used to have landlines? I might be dating myself here. And we used to get those stupid robocalls. That's when these laws actually went into place. And as technology has changed, they have been getting updated to include cell phones, texting, even to include like Google phones and all of that. So what applied to landlines still applies to cell phones, such as you can't call a home before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. for the purposes of business. Same applies to the cell phone. And very similar to the mass emailing, you need to be able to have a opt-out option if you are sending text messages for the purpose of business. And there is you should also get consent to text. So like even with my clients, my very first text to them is, hey, do you care if we talk on text, phone, email, what do you like? I screen print it, it goes in my client file. If it's not somebody that is a regular client, but you are trying to do some kind of a business with, make sure they have a good way to say opt out. Communicate terms and conditions like, hey, these text messages may cost you. They need to know that. Only communicate during business hours. Make sure you include all your business information in the message. So your business name needs to be part of those messages. And then respect the do not call list. You can actually go on the national do not call list, put a number in and see if it is on the do not call list. Once they do ask you to take them off of their call list, calling back is where you're going to get really expensive, because the first violation is $500. After that, every subsequent violation is $1,000 each, if they decide to go file a report on you. For the record, Mary Kay is really bad at taking people off their list. They will continue to keep texting you, even after you ask them to get them off your list. Again, like, there's really nothing wrong with the texting option, as long as you're making sure you're doing it in a sane and legal way and giving people that option to say, I don't want you to text me. I will say that I don't think we're that far away from having some form of regs going into how you communicate for business through social media for marketing purposes, like Messenger and stuff. I'm sure it's coming, even though it's not there today. There's still the marketing aspect in social media and business, just not the communication piece. That's just the 90-second.
Awesome, awesome. I have a quick question for you that you might be able to follow up with to the group. If you're receiving text messages or calls from an unsolicited source, they can be reported, excuse me, to the FCC or to the service carrier of that phone line.
Service carrier won't do anything for you.
Okay.
Once you have told them to take you off, you don't want to receive messages, make sure you screenshot it, save it so you see the number coming through, and then if they continue to do it, you can report it to FCC.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there like an email or a 1-800 number?
You just go online. You can file the report easily and upload all the evidence you have.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much, Pavitri.
Yeah.
Are there any other
course.
questions or comments on the topic of text messaging, phone call compliance for business follow-up and contact?
No, but Dawn, I'm gonna, you said you sent it out last week, right? I'm sorry. I don't know that I had it. I might have it. I'm not saying you didn't send it to me, because that sounds like something that should be shared with every member of our network. You know, I mean, we should, so.
Okay. If you need me to send it to you again, just let me know.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, will do. All righty. Let's move on to our roundtable introductions. And I realize we're at 6:49, so I'm going to ask everybody to be brief or concise, but I certainly want to give everybody an opportunity to share. And I know Robert Haley has to roll off early, so I'm going to invite you first. Robert Haley, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes. Robert Haley, Old National Bank, community mortgage development officer here in Indy. Focus mainly on our low-to marginal folks' income, trying to help our Black and brown folks become homeowners, as well as do educational through training, because of lack of people doing so. We have a great program for anyone that's looking to be who's a first-time home buyer, looking to be a home buyer. If you're looking to buy a home in Marion County, Indianapolis area, we have money down payment assistance to help you, and great to help. So give me a call, Robert Haley, Old National Bank. Brief, quickly.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments to be addressed for Robert Haley with Old National Bank? All righty, we will move on. Let's see. Nancy had to roll off. I am going to go to Pavitri Kilgore. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, so my name is Pavitri Kilgore. I am with KPSK Consulting. We do fractional human resources for small to medium-sized businesses nationwide. As you may have heard a few minutes ago, I also do jack of all trades randomness as well, if you need help with business compliance in general. We mainly focus on labor and employment law, but we do everything from hire to fire, help businesses stay compliant with federal, state, and local labor and employment laws, government agency compliance, as well as making sure that the business in itself is set up properly and is in a position to grow at the rate that they want to grow without letting the regulations get in the way of it. So, because at each number of employees, the laws that apply to a business can change. So by making sure that they're set up on the front end, they don't need to wait on anybody else to move their business forward. So that's what I do in a nutshell.
Super awesome. Thanks so much, Pavi 3. Do we have any questions or comments for Pavi 3 Kilgore? Oh, good Lord. And KPSK Consulting? Okay. Thanks again. Let's see. Next, I have CB Bjork. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yep. Hi, I'm CB. I do professional photography.
Oh, come on. I didn't mean that fast. Give us a
Nope.
little more. Yes,
Ascension
please.
Imaging Studio, do headshots, portraits, marketing, branding, seniors. I'm a FAA licensed drone pilot, so I can do real estate, aerial drone photography, stuff like that. So, CB at ascensionimagingstudio.com, or you can text or call me 317-435-2500.
Super fantastic. Thanks. Do we have any questions or comments for CB Bjork?
I have a comment.
Woohoo, hey, Deanna.
Yes.
He didn't mention some of his other talents and gifts, but CB is actually incredibly gifted in intuitional spaces and working with those kinds of things for helping people, maybe even kind of healing. I'm not sure if he says that, but he is very gifted in his knowledge and intuition. So if you ever find that you just feel a bit lost, then and you can't figure out and all of the things that you are trying to use that are just in your head, like, you know, like physical world stuff isn't adding up, call CB and ask him if he has time to give you his intuitional guidance, because you may find you can get going in a different direction when you're considering the non-physical and more, you know, esoteric or etheric energies that are in our lives that are affecting our business and our success, etc. He's really, so that's my comment. It's really gifted.
Thank you, Deanna. On the other side, psychic medium and author CB Bjork, do tarot, Akashic records, mediumship, help those who are needing a little peace of mind and figuring out where life is and where it's going. So same kind, well, CB at cbbjork.com, and same phone number, call, text, happy to help. So there's both sides. Thank you, Deanna.
Yeah.
Appreciate it so much.
Thank you, Deanna. We encourage our members to represent their whole authentic self as a part of TTR networking and collaborating connections. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that. And we value CB for his photography, art, and as well as his wonderful strengths in the other realms. So thanks again, CB. Let's see. Next, I want to, if there are no other questions or comments, I want to invite Nicole Williams. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am ready. Thank you, Dawn. I am Nicole Williams. I am a social media strategist. I help entrepreneurs and businesses find their voices for their brands, we together, we kind of work together, we transform their online presence through social media. Facebook is my focus, but there are some other, there are other hangouts like LinkedIn and Instagram that we can work with. What I do is I create engaging content and visuals. Our ultimate goal is to increase their visibility in social media, and this fosters meaningful connections with their clients. In addition, I get the opportunity to kind of be a mentor, a coach, a collaborator, a collaborator. I just love listening. The magic is in the listening to what my clients talk about. We see where they're at, where they would like to be. And when they tell their story, their why, talk about their business, there are nuggets in there that their eyes, and I'm just like taking notes and, I'm like, what about this? What about, so if you know somebody who's looking to increase their online presence, or even just get, can you take a look, is there a strategy? Can we come up with a plan? There's so many different things that we can do. So I would love to chat with them. And also I'm Jennifer's executive assistant. So you might see some social media things on TTR Networking and some blogs and things like that. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
Do we have any questions or comments for Nicole Williams, social media strategist extraordinaire?
She doesn't really toot her horn enough, but she and I have been working on a blog that's going to go out and you'll all see it. But yes, it looks much better. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you.
It was excellent the way it was, but I just thought, let's just do a little bit here and there.
Sure, it was excellent.
It
You-
was.
Yeah,
I just added
crazy.
a Canva picture and, so.
You're crazy, but okay, thank you. But no, I would just say you don't know what you're not doing unless you have somebody. I mean, I don't know what I'm not doing, but I knew I needed anyway. So you need to talk to Nicole. If she can't help you, she'll probably be really honest and tell you she can't help you.
Thank you.
I don't think you can't help them. You can help everybody, I'm sure, but thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Next, I want to invite Deanna. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Deanna Moray, and we have a wellness center called Re-Energize Sanctuary, and it is one of the most profound, I think one of the most profound wellness opportunities that I've ever seen, and how it really does just help reignite the body. I do have to share this just because I thought it was one of the most interesting things. There are these reports that I have been reading, trying to understand, because trying to understand research papers from doctors and scientists is challenging because I'm not really a research scientist or a doctor. But I had to transpose it in order to put it into the AI. And when I transposed it and read it yet again, one of the things that the scientists said in 1990 about about scalar technology is that they found that after only one exposure, there were results or changes in the body as much as 1 or 2 months later from that very first exposure. That they were finding that there was changes and recoveries and repairs happening long after their exposure that people probably didn't even realize or relate. So that's my aha amazing moment. So that's what we do. We just help to relieve suffering. That's our mission.
Awesome. That's really cool.
I
Good.
have to add, I had the opportunity to go to the sanctuary. Let's see, it was a little over a week ago, I guess. And I was so ready to be there. In the time that I spent, within the first 10 minutes of being in there, I could feel the effects on my system. And just kind of like Jennifer, I was asleep and snoring before the sound bowls were finished. It was just complete relaxation that my body needed. but I felt a kind of restorative effect that I was really looking forward to. So thank you again, Deanna. I so enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm always so happy to see you. Did you make the cakes?
No, I have not made them yet. I've been
Okay.
trying to be good during Lent, but I didn't give up sweets for Lent. I've just been trying to eat less chocolate, and it's so hard. Nicole, did you have a comment?
Yes. Okay, so I've been I've been thinking of like the experience from like when you walk in, it's like all your senses. It's like but the overall feeling, like maybe if you've gone into like a sauna or something, but it's like it's not warm, but it's like soothing. It's soothing, it's relaxing, it's like an invisible embrace, baby. And
Oh, I love that.
I've just been thinking about this a lot. And, when I talk about it with, friends and everything, and I'm just like, it's just amazing, and plus there's all those amazing benefits, for your body, but just the overall experience, So thank you, Deanna, for bringing this
Thank
to
you.
Indiana and everything.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have any other comments or questions for Deanna with Resenergize Sanctuary? All righty. Hey, Jennifer Johnson. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Nope, I'm not going to talk. I'm Jennifer Johnson. I am a relationship marketing coach and the founder of TTR Networking, and you've all said it for me, so I'm going to leave it alone. Thank you very much. I just, how do we get more people to find us? That's my question for you. Can you invite a few? Invite them, and just keep doing it. I mean, that's how it works, right?
I had a thought.
Yes, ma'am.
So I used to be involved in something called Holistic Hub, and they have their own website that is a little bit more dynamic in terms of how it shows like the face of it, the skin that's on it. And then their functionality is that they have a calendar that everybody can see that shows everybody every month with their activities. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to look at it, but if you have a chance to look at the Holistic Hub, it might be worth considering or finding out from Ryan, because I was going to tell him about this for his business as well. How could we create a website that's more interactive that people want to come to see what we're all doing, a little bit more like Holistic Hub? And then we could start marketing specifically the TTRN or TTR, to the rescue, and all of the things that we can be doing that help to engage people who are not in our groups, where they want to see what we're doing, where they want to put, I think the Holistic Hub even has like a little blog on the front page, and it has places where you can search our providers, or you can search the calendar for activities. And so just something to think about. If there was a way to make the website so dynamic that we have these, if you look on heal.me, right? There's a place called heal.me that we're registered. And if we looked at that, that's another place where there's a directory where people are searching for specific needs and looking at holistic or alternative, practitioners. But look at how dynamic the website is in terms of how you can look at things, what each person's page looks like, and how it gets to be more visually and informationally interesting.
The search bar, Nicole, I think that's something, I'm agreeing. I'm with you. It is, I don't know if it's funny, but Ryan actually built our website. So it's kind of like, yes, that's the way we need to reach out to him. But we're still figuring the website out. So I keep bringing him ideas or things that I want to make sure we do, or things that aren't working, or things that should, like the search bar, Nicole. I don't think I've still haven't shared that with them.
We've
I
been
want,
working on that. We need a search. a
but
search
it's,
bar. Yeah.
but it's when, when Deanna just said it, then it like, oh, crud, I still haven't asked him
Right.
about that. We're just still, but that's a great idea. And so you're saying the Holistic Hub's website is a little more engaging, or it engages people, not that it's necessarily everything we want, but it gives more, or it
And-
attracts more.
And if you have people in our group or all of TTR that are having events and you get them to engage more regularly in those, in posting on the calendar, things
Right.
that we're going to do. Cause like, it would be easier for me. It is, the way that I process things, because I have ADD, the way that I process things is more challenging for me. So when you send them out in the email and it's just blocks of text, my brain starts to just skim over it, and I don't, until I can remember that I need to go look for it, I don't go back to the email
Okay.
to look at it to figure out what days things are. But if there was a calendar that I could just pull up a calendar and I could easily look and see, oh, here's the TTR things, I can match it to my calendar. It's more visual than it is just blocks of text that I have to try to read. And that is not a way that I process things very well. So
Okay.
having things that are visual, like a calendar that I can look at and say, oh, hey, let me check the calendar. And it lays out fast. I can see exactly what day I'm on, exactly what things are on the page that I can see, because
Right.
maybe the TTR things would all be in one color, and everybody else's calendar events, like if we had another open house or a special, like
Yeah.
let's say we had another event that was the music, right? The sound bath.
Yeah.
I would want to put that sound bath in there if we were starting to build a following of people that would check our calendar because it was interesting, right?
Right.
Interesting to look at, interesting to see, dynamic to see who's on it and what kind of activities TTR has, more visually interesting and laid out in a way that people who maybe process information like me are more, oh, hey, look at that.
Right.
Hey, that looks, do you guys want to do a thing? Because there's a thing on the calendar. Like, that's how it feels when you
You're
have
funny.
a calendar, right?
I'm
Does it make
laughing at
sense?
you because you're very animated. I love that you're very and you know what? That's we are still, suggestions like that are great, because literally, if you guys don't tell me or don't tell us, I don't know. And I'm trying to make sure Nicole and I are going back, and I'm asking the executive board as well on a regular basis, what do we need to do? And it's like we're still kind of just throwing things up against the wall and hoping that it'll stick. So you know what I mean? So thank you. Insight.
The
is
first
good.
thing that I would say is to I would say the next thing to do would be just to go around, because this is what some SEO guy did for me. He said, I want you to send me 3 of your favorite websites and what they look like, so that we can try to figure out what it is you like about them and what it is you want to do that's like that. And what I did, I cheated. I went out and had Google search for the top 20 most beautiful websites in the whole wide world, right? And then I just went and looked at those and started picking out the ones I'm like, oh, this one and this one and this one. Oh, these are amazing. And then now, of course, I set my sites too high, because he's like, well, we can't really do that animation and we can't really do that. I'm like, fine. But I set my standards and my goals pretty high, because they were visually interesting. They were intriguing enough to me that I wanted to know more about their products. I wanted to know more about what they were doing, right? Because I was like, wow, that looks cool. Wonder what how can that's what I'm saying. And if we can make TTR and stimulate Ryan, because if you are making these requests to him as a customer and he has to fix them for you, he might also make his website more dynamic as well. And then
Right.
maybe we could get more people there too.
Good idea. Good idea. I get it. Thank you. Thank you. And I actually have a meeting with them on Friday that we're still trying, just working on some of that stuff. So thank you. You rock.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks again, Deanna. I want you to take a look at the Collaborating Connections Facebook page and give me some recommendations on that as well. certainly,
Okay.
you know, we try to put inspirational content, useful resource business content, updates to events and all that out there. But I want to make sure that it is valuable to our members who are connected to the page, that will make them want to visit it and, you know, check out what's current and going on. So I'd appreciate
And
your input
remind,
as-
of course, remind me the name of the page.
Collaborating Connections on Facebook.
Very
It's,
good. I just
yep.
got it.
Let's see, it is 7-Eleven. I did want to make sure that I shared. Today is February 27th. We've got 2 days left in the month of Follow Up February, and it is not too late to follow up, people. I know that it is a task that may or may not be prioritized for every business, but we've talked throughout the whole month about how important it is to follow up. What great insights we get when we follow up, additional information, and an opportunity to touch base and kind of smooth any misconceptions or misunderstandings. More knowledge to make a good decision. Being able to connect and build a stronger relationship between a prospective and a business owner. There's just reason on top of reason why it's a good idea. Just to touch base, just to be human, just to stay front of mind. So I want to make sure to reiterate that even though we've got 2 days left in the month, it is never too late. It's always recommended to follow up soon after a meeting, but it's important to fulfill the task, even if you're outside of those original parameters of time length. And you never know, sometimes that person that you're reaching out to and contacting is pleasantly surprised, helps make them feel kind of special and remembered. Oh, I thought you forgot about me, or oh, I thought I didn't matter to you, or oh, you know, I had just put everything on the back burner. And you may be pleasantly surprised at how it helps unfold a wonderful relationship and move you towards the front of the line, front of mind when they are considering doing business with somebody or making a referral on your behalf. Certainly, for them to be able to say to this person, they're very responsive, they're very thoughtful, they did this special something for me, makes a difference to other potential clients, potential partners, etc. So as we wrap up February, follow up February, I want everybody to be aware. It should be an ongoing task. It's wonderful to build it into your business process. And don't ever feel like, oh, I've lost the opportunity or too much time has passed. Make sure that you do those follow-ups. I don't know if anybody has perhaps a story to share or a follow-up that really turned into something wonderful, a win, a celebration on their behalf. But I'll open the floor for discussion or any further comments on follow-ups at this time.
All I would throw out there is that, you know, whether it's a follow-up like you're doing, like Dawn is saying, where you're calling or emailing or texting, I will say to you, I mean, you guys know this, but, you know, you need to do different ways of following. And, you know, if you're emailing and somebody's not responding, then maybe give them a call or something. And it's not to pressure them. It's just because I'll tell you, I find out all the time. Now, I email a lot. So a lot of my a lot of my emails go to spam. So if I were not following up in other ways, I wouldn't find out necessarily that, oh, that email was never received. Now, yes, there are some that go out in a big mass email, and a lot of the times those go to spam. Anyway, I would just tell you that, don't underestimate the difference or the power of different ways of following up. And it might be, I mean, we're send out card people. So, if one of the things they say with send out cards is, and I'm glad Dawn said it, it's never too late to send a message of any sort, whether it's a card, whether it's an email. When somebody receives it is when they need it. Now you can you know what I mean? You can kind of kick yourself and say, I should have sent that, 5 months ago. Okay, well, you didn't. Guess what? Every day you wait is 1 day longer. So you might as well just do it, because I mean, for me, if I don't do that, I lose my brain goes crazy. But there are stories about how somebody got, and I'm sure there's stories about emails and text messages and all kinds of things that are the same kind of thing. People get the message when they need to get the message. And you may say, you're thinking, well, but I was supposed to talk to them, 5 months ago about doing their insurance. Well, okay, so you missed it. Don't spend a lot of time over it. But they may have had something that changed that whole parameter, the whole experience anyway. And your email or your message or your card or whatever it is got to them when they needed to hear this. Now, I'm not going to tell you who the person is, but I'm going to say really, really quickly, we have a member of one of our groups that is phenomenally, he is so smart, and he talks over most of us. And I think all of us are just sitting there kind of with a glazed look in our eyes when he's talking. But today, well, I won't tell you, I'm telling you too much. He actually was saying, he goes, I don't know what it is about this networking organization. Yes, exactly, Pavi3, I'm reading that. But he said, and it's so nice because I'm thinking, I don't know how many of us are going to be able to do business with him, because he talks so, and if I give you more, but anyway, I'm literally thinking we're not doing anything for him. And he said, I don't know what it is about this networking group, but he said, every time that I'm here and I share stuff with you guys, he said, it must be the juju that's, I don't know, it was a positive, but he said that it literally, it's like things get moving in his business. And I'm not sure that he or we can really go back and say, it was because of anything we did, except that we put it into the universe. He shared it. I told him, I said, I don't know how, what you believe. We've got CB on this call. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, there's something about it. There's something about the energy you put out is what you get back. And I don't know. I just tell you, don't ever think not to follow up. Don't ever think that energy put out is not going to be, as long, I'm not talking about don't go out and beat people up. That's not what I mean. Energy, positive energy, people, put it out there. And if it's late, it's late. I mean, I know how many people know what I'm always talking about, is positive things, but, you just have to do it. And even if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I missed a window of time, I should have done it, well, okay, you can beat yourself up next week, but this week, let's get it done, or do it, do it. There's just too many. And I think I've shared real quick the story about how we have a financial guy that followed up like 22 times or 23 times. I think I've shared that on this call, but every time he was trying to get a piece of business, and the lady just kept saying, no, contact me in 6 months. It's fine. If somebody tells you not to bug them, do not do it. Take them off your list. Don't make them angry. But this lady kept telling this financial planner, no, please reach out to me. And after 22, 23 times, and you're talking like maybe a year or 6 months in between every contact, he finally got business. And he said, think if I hadn't done that. If I hadn't done that. The other thing I will say really quickly, Jack Canfield, I was doing some research for I'm a Canfield trainer. Jack Canfield followed up, and this is when we're all trying to do something in our business or whatever. 144 publishers Jack Canfield went to before he got his Chicken Soup for the Soul book published. And he tells how, 144. Do you know how many? I was telling Philip earlier, I said, it would probably take, I'd probably be done after 3. I'd be done. I don't want to get abused anymore. I mean, just, I think there's something, anyway, I know we're not talking about that exactly, but persistence. Don't give up. Your timing isn't their timing all the time, right?
Right.
Yeah. And we know that. But anyway, that's why you guys that are on this call, I mean, on all of our TTR, you're all winners because you're still out there persisting. You're doing it. If it didn't work one way, you're continuing to do it another. Deanna is constantly learning new things. And I'm always like, oh my gosh, and then, I mean, I didn't think I knew everything, but here comes Pavi 3 sharing all this stuff with us. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am totally clueless on all this stuff. But I mean, you guys are so smart and get out there and keep sharing it, please. Okay. I'll quit talking. There you go.
No, I love it. Super fantastic, Jennifer. I just wanted to say, if anybody is looking for any ideas about following up new and different, let's share them. As we roll from February into March, March's theme is going to be masterminding. And what masterminding is all about is us as business owners, managers, etc. We want you to bring your genuine, your honest, your realistic experiences as a business owner. If you've got a concern and you need us to come together with sharing what you're struggling with for new ideas, we're here to help. And that's what we're going to do during the month of March, masterminding. So think about the things that you're challenged with that's keeping you from moving to that next step. Think about any problem, big or small. It may another one of us has already dealt with and conquered. It may be something that one of us has some expertise, some knowledge, some experience around. And we're going to just talk about it and work it out. And hopefully everybody moves forward and progresses and gets to a better level in their business. But that's what we're here for, doing this networking and working together. So we're looking forward to it. I just want to say right now, as we get ready to wrap up the call, we've had some awesome weather the last couple of days. Get out there and enjoy it. Have a good time. Stay safe. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone back here same time next week. All right. Take care. Blessings to all. Wait, was there anything else before we log off? Anybody?
Yeah.
I was just going to say,
take it away, Deanna. What were you saying?
I was just going to say that I used to host mastermind meetings. And if you should have any interest in hosting in me or in doing the masterminding thing together, and there's a time that everybody would like to do it, one of the ways that I do a mastermind meeting is that we all come and everybody gets a minute that we not only manifest in terms of finding solutions, but we also manifest visualization wise, where I visualize what Dawn said is her biggest goal this month. And I visualize it and hold that space for a whole 68 seconds, seeing that picture in my mind of what she said she wanted to create and manifest. And then we're all doing that for just Dawn. And then in the next minute, we finish and give her any ideas that come to us when we take in that minute to be quiet. And then we have the next person, and everybody in the room listens for what their goal is. And then we all visualize for that minute and a half of what that looks like for, Pavitri to have her goal. She said it was, we visualize what that looks like when she succeeds at that, and any inspirations that come from that quiet moment, then we share them with her, and then we go on to the next person, and every person is getting the focused attention, love, and manifestation energy. Every person is getting the energy from everybody for their moment. And we saw some pretty magical things happen with manifestations when we were all visualizing, energetically standing there, holding space for that person and holding a vision of what their success looks like. So if you would have any interest in having mastermind group that we actually like maybe pick a Sunday and everybody wants to come, I'm happy to host it where we do a mastermind group for just our TTR group, or I don't care. You can have up to 15 people. We just have to keep in mind that 15 people, you got 15 minutes just in the manifesting and then the conversation. So it'd have to be like our probably event at least.
So Deanna, we had a thing called Success Connect, but it was a mastermind, and we did kind of do some of that. So I think there would be a really good, that was during like the very beginning of pandemic, but it works. It really does work. So when you were saying that, I'm thinking Nicole, Dawn, Nancy, I think was part of that. I don't know if CB was part of that. I'm not sure. Catherine was, but I wouldn't be surprised if we could put together something. And I do think that is something that we should be doing. I mean, we should be doing it on a regular basis, not just in March. So we could chat about that, I mean,
yeah, I'm happy to host one a month where we have a little pitch-in thing where everybody brings a little, something healthy snacks, something healthy salad or something. We all just kind of have a little snack, and then we can go in the sanctuary and sit down and we can do a manifesting, because I do think with the energy of the center, there may be the ability to boost our manifesting gratitude space. We could do magical stuff with our masterminding as well as just, the practical stuff of new ideas.
And I'm sure CB would have some insight. I don't know if CB's still on the call, but he probably, but I figured he'd chime in, but that would be great. And I hope everybody, thank you. Nicole, we got to make a note of that. I will actually reach out to Deanna and see if we can come up with something, because I don't think that would really, I think that would be just a really nice benefit to our members that take this very seriously, who understand that it's not, it's meant to be what it is, So anyway, thank you.
I think if we could, thank you.
Oh, we didn't need to cut you off, Deanna, but thank you very much. You're awesome. And we're glad.
All right. Have a great evening, all.
Yes. Take care, everybody. Be safe.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Be safe. Bye, guys.